The last race before the All-Star race for the Gatorade Cup Series drivers. They head to the Tricky Triangle in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. This is the Turkey Hill 400 at the Pocono Raceway. Can last season's champion Levi Shones get his first win of the season? He's on the pole for today's race. Outside of him in second is the 13-car Roman Fenway. Then in third place, it's Griffin Lynn. Fourth is Isaac Nichols. Running out the top five, Sebastian Kukul on the 51. He has the helmet cam for today's race. Then to his outside, sixth is Adam Garcia. Seventh place, we have Scott Gregory. Eighth for Jay Jefferson. Ninth place is Steve Morgan. Running out the top 10, Nathan Orman has the Penn State colors on the car this week. Rest of the field, there's Eli Bright. Inside of him is Casey Nacko, the 43. Then we have Derek Hamill with Marcus Sachi to his outside, along with Dale Lightning and Jose Mills, who comes in as the points leader. Then we have Justin Zidell and Jonathan Beefer in car number 1, with Riley Sampson and Trey Rainey in the 18. And there's Max Anderson and Edwin Mendez, with Luke Rainey and William Bolin in the 31. And with Michael Gregory and Keegan Thompson, with Kashawn Richardson and Diego Yepes in the 32. Then second in points, Marshall Burrow. Inside him, the 4-car of Anthony Hernandez. And then Ryan Brommer and J.J. Reed. Behind them, Zachary Fitzgerald Sr. Inside him is the 5 of Jeff Bright. He broke that winless streak last race at Vermont. Can he do something here today at Pocono? Possibly go 2 in a row in the Gatorade Cup Series. And with Antonin Charlebois and TJ Hanley, with Riley Spurley and Carter Friesen, Carson Bowers and Nathan Stapleton. In the final row, 41st is Cole Luigi, 42nd is the 38-car of Anthony Fox. There's our 42-car field for the Gatorade Cup Series Turkey Hill 400 at the Pocono Raceway. Let's go on track side and fire these Gatorade Cup Series cars up.
Drivers, start your engines!
Fired up.
"42 cars fire their engines up, and we roll off the starting grid to go racing at the Tricky Triangle at the Pocono Raceway. A very distinct racetrack, 3 different corners, 3 different length straightaways, and it's all 2.5 miles long for 24 laps on the Turkey Hill 400. Last season's champion Levi Shones on the front row and on the pole. Can he win his first race of the season? The last race for the All-Star race. So a lot riding on these drivers to try and make it into the All-Star race with a win here today. Down to the restart zone, we're Green Flag Racing at the Pocono Raceway. It's not going to work. Around they go. Fenway in front of the field gets Isaac Nichols. Fenway spinning like a top. Cars pile in. Wreck on lap 1. 3 wide to the tunnel turn did not work. Kukulan comes off turn number 3 from 5th starting position. Our first yellow flag. Lap 1, caution is out. Kukulan back in front. Griffin Lynn second. Lynn made a 3-wide move into the tunnel turn. It did not work for Roman Fenway. He was on the outside and got the bad end. Michael Gregory and Marcus Sachi involved. J.J. Reed, there's a car going down pit road. How about second in points, Marshall Burrow with damage. Anthony Fox with damage. TJ Hanley's on pit road. Our first accident of the Turkey Hill 400 comes on lap 1 in the tunnel turn. Let's go see the reason for our first yellow flag at the Pocono Raceway. 3 wide into the tunnel turn. Normally does not work well here at Pocono, and didn't here. Levi Shones pushes up after the 7 of Griffin Lynn comes up. And right there into the side of Fenway, puts them both into the wall. Shones gets some damage right there as he goes, but he saves his car. Fenway's completely sideways, gets hit hard by Isaac Nichols. Then spinning around, look at some cars avoid and bounce off the wall into Marcus Sachi. Into the 4 of Hernandez. Jose Mills, I think, missed it in the 4 car. Look at Ryan Brommer. Luke Rainey have gotten around the top side. Stapleton goes into Michael Gregory. And cars start piling in. Anthony Fox, Zachary Fitzgerald Sr., Antonin Charlebois was back here. We had a lot of big-name drivers towards the back of the field. Some of them did a great job. How about Jay Jefferson and Adam Garcia and them missing it along with Stapleton and Eli Bright? Watch them barely get by. Then the 13 came down the racetrack into the 17. Trey Rainey, Edwin Mendez, Luke Rainey got around the top. And then some others as well. So, I mean, that was crazy. Look at cars like Spurley, too, who won the Target race yesterday, and Cole Luigi. A lot of drivers did a great job just getting low, getting by. How about Kashawn Richardson saving his car? He will have some damage. There's Hanley, Hint, Sachi. Bowers slowed it down. Cole Luigi, and I think Spurley did as well. There's Burrow with his damage in the 95. Another look at it. So I want to really see everything that happened right here. And poor Nichols had nowhere to go the 48. He's had a miserable stretch of the season. This is just going to compound on that, as he's had another bad race. Look at that. The two Rainies get by with Edwin Mendez. They did a great job there on the outside. Let us go on board with our points leader, Jose Mills, and see if he was able to miss this. He was right behind the 17s. He spun. Did he make any contact with Marcus Sacchi? The answer is no. A great job by Jose Mills to miss the crash and get back going. Look at all these damaged cars racing back around to the caution flag. But Sebastian Kuklon off the helmet cam leading them back around as they stay on the racetrack. Car number 51 will be a race leader once they get back going at Pocono. The green flag will come out this time on lap number 4. It'll be 21 laps of racing to go at the Pocono Raceway. Roman Fenway's out from that crash, but 41 cars still left on the racetrack and on the lead lap. Marcus Sacchi, TJ handling some other damaged cars at the back of the field. Sebastian Kuklon leads the way in the 51 car. Out front second is Griffin Lynn. Third is Scott Gregory. Fourth for Steve Morgan. Fifth for Casey Nackel. Then Derek came up to 6th. Dale Lightning 7th. Justin Zidell, Adam Garcia, and Jay Jefferson are the front 10. Back green in Pocono. Kukulon gets away. Lynn spun the tires in second. He spun the tires big time. Look at the gap the 51 got. And Scott Gregory trying to make a move to the bottom of the racetrack. Car scattering out of line. Trying to get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side for P2 is Griffin Lynn did not get going. Scott Gregory wants to change that. Down Long Pond area of the race. Griffin Lynn on the top side trying to get the draft off the 51. The 14 trying to stay down to the bottom of the racetrack to stay beside the 7. He does. And a tunnel turn. It's our first accident of the day. Will we get clean this time? Looks like we'll get through clean this time. Scott Gregory with a run to Kukulon. To the inside to turn number 3 for 14 of Scott Gregory. Slides it through 3. Now Derek Hamill looks at the bottom of the racetrack. Here they come side by side to lead lap 4. Hamill on the bottom. Scott Gregory on the top. The 20th help from the 7. The 14 no drafting help. And right there, Hamill leads with 20 to go in Pocono. Big push from Griffin Lynn. Now can the 7 find a way to get clear and get up to the front? Off to turn 1 they race. Hamill clear. Up the racetrack he goes. Lynn inside the 7 for the lead again. Adam Garcia slides up almost on the side of the 14. Scott Gregory. They race side by side for the lead down Long Pond straightaway. Here comes Nathan Stapleton with the Penn State colors. We're in Pennsylvania. What can he do with that great car? Scott Gregory looks to go low as Lynn clears for the lead. Behind them, almost contact for P2 as they go 3 wide. Stapleton to the inside to Scott Gregory and Derek Hamill. Riley Sampson coming forward in the 40 car. Orman slides through 3, trying to get down to the inside. Look at Lynn go away at the racetrack off turn 3. He'll lose a lot of time to Nathan Orman. Orman through to second now, trying to block Riley Sampson as the 7 falls back to the second place battle. Lynn leads in the 7 car. Orman to second, looking for a run to get to the lead off to turn 1. I think he has his nose, but can he hold it down there? Through 1, sliding up the racetrack for Orman. Riley Sampson looks 3 wide in the 40. 24 and 7, slide and up the racetrack. Almost contact made for the top spot. Down the backstretch, they race 3 wide for the race lead. Sampson pushed from Steve Morgan as they're 3 wide off to the tunnel turn. Sampson down low, the 24 clears the 7, they slide the racetrack. Steve Morgan to the inside for the top spot. Off turn 2, they slide sideways. Morgan has the advantage off into the short chute. Steve Morgan with the top spot off to turn 3. He's out front. Riley Sampson is clear in second, the 40 car. Scott Gregory will move to 3rd as Orrin falls back. How about Jay Jefferson inside? He'll go for 4th. Jefferson looks for another win this season. He'll be at Pocono this time. He's up to 4th with a push from Sebastian Kukulon. Let's go on board that 51 car. What do you see going around 2.5 mile triangle like this? Look at how sideways these drivers are. Kukulon wheeling that car around Pocono as Riley Sampson leads in the Turkey Hill 400. Scott Gregory pushed him by Steve Morgan. I mean, that pack is crazy. They're sliding sideways, making it work somehow, some way. Look at them slide through 1. Trey Rainey coming forward, the 18 car, with Luke Rainey the 2. They've both won here at Pocono before. Luke's won here in the Gatorade Cup Series. I don't think Trey's ever won here in the Cup Series. He wants to win here today. Scott Gregory inside for the lead. 3 wide behind them. Contact for the lead. Lynn slides up in third. Look at Lynn. He's got a nice run for the lead now because he made contact in front of him. He'll get to second by Riley Sampson, but Scott Gregory got away. The 14 now slides through 3. Way up the racetrack. Griffin Lynn. He'll take advantage and get to the front in Pocono. Back behind them for third. Luke Rainey ends up at Sampson with the run in the draft. He'll get inside of the 14 for second. The 2 gets back in line. Trey goes down with his brother. Crazy racing here at the front of the field. As Griffin Lynn leads the race, Riley Sampson looks low in the 40 for the top spot. Off turn number 1 they race. Oh, around they go. Kukulon to the outside wall, sliding down the racetrack. They get some others. Caution is in the air. Big crash on Long Pond straightaway. Racing back to the yellow flag. Lynn out front. Gregory wants it, but got a little loose down low. Still loose off the corner. Trying to get the power down. Lynn's out front. Can you hold it? Can Scott Gregory or Luke Rainey do anything? Through 3, the 7 slides wide. Scott Gregory to the inside. And off 3 to the yellow flag. It'll be the car number 14 out in front at the yellow flag. Luke Rainey's going to be second in the 2 car. Our second yellow of the Turkey Hill 400 is another massive crash. As Kukulon, the 51 driver with our helmet cam, is involved in this one. Let's go see the reason for our second yellow flag of the Turkey Hill 400. Racing through turn 1, 3 wide. Case Nako to the bottom of the racetrack in the 43. Slides up a little bit into the side of the 51 Kukulon. And then Kukulon goes up the racetrack trying to give the 43 room and just gets in the 1 of Buford. Hard to the wall for those 2. Jay Jefferson may barely miss in the 78. Down the racetrack into Keegan Thompson. Edwin Mendez. The 11 gets contact right there. Stapleton and Buford make contact. Jose Mills in the middle of it. Yepez into it. And the 32, look at Mills trying to stop. Cars going low and high. Levi Shones, Cole Luigi, Charles Boss, Spurley to Bowers. Second pack comes in, but the field has kind of been sorted out by then to where they won't hit. But crazy here. Look at there. It kind of slides up into the side of Kukulon. I think Kukulon saw that, wanted to give him room. Just got a little too high into Buford. And I believe if we could see another angle that Jay Jefferson barely missed that. Look at Eli. Bright get low. Stapleton almost had it missed, but then the 1 came up. And he got some damage, the 24 did. It's not too much, but it is enough to where he might be slower. Yeah, Jay Jefferson barely missed that in the 78. What a crazy avoidance. Look at all these drivers avoiding. Man, a lot of them did a great job just getting it slowed down, getting minimal damage, if that. Let's go on the helmet camera, Sebastian Kukulon. What is it like to wreck in turn 1 at Pocono? You're about to see. That's definitely something you don't want to see for sure if you're Sebastian Kukulon. It's also going aboard with points leader Jose Mills, who I believe just dodged another major bullet and another crash. Some contact was made, but he got away pretty much clean. He will have some damage, so it might be a little bit sore at the back of the field. Back to the start finish line first. Scott Gregory buried to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 3 to get by Griffin Lynn. Luke Rainey will be second as they come back to the caution flag. Scott Gregory's out in front in the Turkey Hill 400 at the Pocono Raceway. Coming back to the green flag on lap number 12 here at the Pocono Raceway. Only car out from that is the 3 of Kashawn Richardson, so we should still have 40 cars on the lead lap and on the racetrack. Scott Gregory out front in control for this restart. Behind him in second is Luke Rainey. Third for Griffin Lynn. Fourth for William Bolden. And Steve Morgan up inside the top 5. They have Riley Sampson in 6th. How about Dale Lennon to 7th? 8th for Casey Nako. 9th for Trey Rainey. And Derek Hamill. So just riding around inside the top 10, the 20. Down the front to the restart zone for Scott Gregory in the 14. We're back racing at Pocono. Great jump for the 14. He got away. The 7 got to the back of the 2. We'll see if Lynn makes the move. Here he comes. Breaking low. A lot of cars already moving out of line. Looking too wide off to turn number 1. Down to the bottom for Griffin Lynn, the 7. Trying to take that second spot away. Off turn 1, down the back. Some of the slower cars starting to fall back as others try to move forward. As they look 3 wide, does Morgan keep it down there? Can Lynn get clear? He is clear. That 35 moves down. They don't want to be 3 wide after the tunnel turn. We saw that. Griffin Lynn gets by Scott Gregory to the front at Pocono. Steve Morgan for second in the 35. We've mentioned this all season long. Car number 35 has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. But with Steve Morgan on the wheel, this is the best shot that 35 has had to win a Cup Series race. To the inside of Lynn, halfway, cross flag at the start-finish line. 12 laps down, 12 to go, Pocono. Griffin Lynn leads. He's had one of the best cars here today. But to the inside, Steve Morgan takes it to turn 1. Morgan trying to clear. The 7 wound up on the top. 35 trying to take the line away. But he's still up there. Squeeze there off turn 1 and down the back side by side. Where's Dale Lightning going the 47? See the 35 with a nice run from the draft out that 47. He's going to be clear into the tunnel. Morgan out front. Dale Lightning now looks for the lead through turn 2. Look at that slide sideways off the corner. Dale Lightning to the top spot in turn 3. Derek Kimmel back 4 in the 20. Dives down to the inside for a second. He knows if he wants to make the All-Star race, he's got to win her today or get through the open. He's got through the open before. He doesn't want to do that this season, though. He wants to win his way in. And he's trying with 11 to go. He's up inside the top 3. Just second for the 20. Remember, he just took over this 20-car few races ago. If he can win and get to the All-Star race, he has a shot to make the chase, even though he hasn't raced all season. Just think about that. Dale Lightning out front. Derek Kimmel now second. Jay Jefferson to third in the 78 with a nice run to Hamill. Luke Rainey and Jeff Bright on the inside lane. 2 veterans of the Gatorade Cup Series. Okay, Jefferson slide it sideways. Luke Rainey's going to get to the inside. That's for third. Hamill keeps second. We'll see if Derek can do anything in turn 3 right here. Does he dive down to the bottom? Luke tried to get to the 20. Hamill gives him the dirty air. Now to the inside for the lead. Dale Lightning and Derek Kimmel are side by side. Off 3 to the start-finish line. Side by side, and Dale Lightning. No, it's Derek Kimmel who led the start-finish line. Hamill leads with 10 to go in Pocono. Side by side for second. Luke Rennie inside. Dale Lightning off to turn 1. Jeff Bright maybe forced middle-lands. Casey Miracle comes on the 43. Jeff's going to get up to the top side. Gift drafting up to the 47. Does Jeff try to dive low now? I think he might want to at this point, but Miracle's down there. Oh, look at them. Close together through the tunnel turn. Lynn's going to get a few spots right here. Luke Ray drives down to the inside of the 2 car. That's for P2 on Dale Lightning as the 20 still leads. Derek Kimmel's doing a great job. He goes up the racetrack, though. And Luke Ray's going to take advantage to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side, Luke Ray takes it off turn 3. Rainey's out front now in the Turkey Hill 400 of Pocono. Side by side, Lynn coming back in the 7 car to the inside of Hamill for second. And Jeff Bright still hanging around the front of the field. We mentioned this looks like the Jeff Bright of old. We've been saying that all season. He's run up front competitive, has fast race cars. Can he get back in his form and make the chase this season? And the last time he made the chase was way back in season 6, I believe it was. So he wants to do it in season 10. Hamill might get clear for third as Jeff Bright got slowed by the 78 Jay Jefferson as they wrecked at the back of the field in turn 1. Yellow flag is in the air. A few cars go around, and it's going to set up our third restart of the race. Lynn's out front, and Hamill being back. Fitzwater goes around now. Coming back around to the yellow, they've wrecked. Side by side for the lead to lead them back to the caution flag. With 8 to go. Hamill down low. Lynn up top. Back to our third yellow. The race leader is Derek Hamill. Lynn will be second. Jeff Bright third. Third yellow of the Turkey Hill 400. Wrecked this time was Keegan Thompson and Ryan Brommer, and then Fitzwater wrecked on the way back. Let's go see our 2 accidents spray out the yellow flag here in Pocono. These were all the damaged cars racing at the back of the field. They're just racing too aggressively for being this far back. Off into turn 1. Thompson's up top. Brommer's down low. To the 6 slide up into the side of the 15. Contact made. Sliding up again. Just too high. 3 cars go on the wall. Nichols gets away. Brommer and Thompson spin around. Cars drive through the smoke. But the yellow flag is out for the 3rd time as some back markers, some damaged cars. Wrecked. This was about for what? 30 seconds, and they wrecked. And then meanwhile, the caution's out. We're racing back around. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. balanced Carter Friesen just slides up into him and puts the 34 into the wall, spins Fitzwater around in front of the field. Some cars take evasive action. They get low, they get by. Fitzwater gets, I think, the least amount of damage from it as Carter Friesen got put into the wall. So our 3rd yellow flag of the Turkey Hill 400 is going to set up a late race restart here in Pocono as Derek Kimmel's in control for the restart. He got back in front. Griffin Lane second and Jeff Bright in third. Derek Kimmel's in control. Comeback green with under 7 to go at the Pocono Raceway. The field is in turn 3 to take the green flag with 6 laps remaining at Pocono. Derek Campbell's in control in the 20 car. Michael Gregory, tire issue, put the 41 out of this race. 39 cars on the lead lap. Derek Campbell's out front in control for the restart. Griffin Lynn by him in seconds had one of the best cars today. Can Jeff Ray go back-to-back in third? Fourth for Jay Jefferson. Fifth for Riley Sampson. Adam Garcia, Trey Rainey, Luke Rainey, Eli Brighton, Dale Lightning are the front 10. Back green in Pocono. Green flag for Hamill. That's a late jump. He went late in the zone. Tried to fake the drivers out, and he did. Lynn did not get a good restart from second. Neither did Jeff Bryant third. Sampson the first one to break low. That's for fourth on Jay Jefferson. Off to turn 1. The late stages of this race, drivers are going to be antsy. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to make some big moves. What can they do down Long Pine straightaway in the draft? Lynn trying to get to Hamill to make a move. Down the back of the race, off to the tunnel turn. Look at Jefferson driving low on Jeff Bright for third. A big move. Hamill goes up the racetrack. Lynn down low. Hard on the gas, trying to get there. Jeff Bright held off Jay Jefferson for third. The 78th didn't have the run to make it work. We'll see what he can do in turn 3 now. Lynn to the back of the 20. A great run. Off turn 3. Looks to the inside. Trying to get his nose down there. They get the side draft. He is down there. There's side-by-side for lead and side-by-side for third. But Lynn can't hold it to the bottom of Hamill. I think the 20 is back clear. Look at the run Jeff Bright is on the outside to try and take it to the outside to turn 1. Jay Jefferson's going to get to third. Lynn, contact with Hamill for the lead with 5 to go. Big moves being made. These drivers they're desperate, especially Derek Hamill. Down the back. Still side by side for P3. The front 2 are still clear. Jay Jefferson trying to clear Jeff Bright, the 5. Trying to get down low. Lynn again trying to get to the back of the 20. He's trying to bump him off the racetrack. It's just not working. And now Jay Jefferson's going to be the new second place man. This haven't lost any momentum right there. Off to turn 3. Hamill up the racetrack again. Jay Jefferson hard on the gas trying to get there. Off turn 3. He's already down there. 78 with a great run through 3. Where's Luke Ray in third go? 4 laps to go. Pocono side by side for the top spot. Third and fourth, where do they go? Grange's going to jump low, but Dale Lightning has plans to go even lower. Off to turn 1. That's 3 wide for second. Can they sort it? Jay Jefferson, slide job to complete the pass. Hamill, clear in second. Good look for a nice run. Down Long Pine straightaway to the inside he goes. What a move out of the 20. Got a great run off the top. Now he's back to the inside. What can he do with it in the tunnel turn? 3 wide for third. Scott Gregory to the inside. Dale Lightning and Luke Rainey. But they keep it clean. Hamill's out front. He's pulled away too because they're side by side for P2. Coming to 3 to go. Scott Gregory in control. Scott Gregory to second. Hamill though in the lead. Yellow flag. Hamill's back in front. Some more back markers have crashed. Will that be the race? It's our 4th yellow flag of the Turkey Hill 400. Has Derek Hamill just won at Pocono? And has he gotten himself into the All-Star race is the question. Caution flag in the air, 3 to go. Let's go see what happened to Ryan Brommer, Marshall Burrow, and Jonathan Beeford. Once again, there's no reason to be racing this hard. They're at the back of the field, battling for outside the top 30, and Ryan Brommer just drives it hard to the corner and just wipes Marshall Burrow, second and points out right here. Watch him. Just stays in his door and spins him out into Anthony Fox. Down the racetrack, Burrow's getting the inside wall right here. Hard. Look at that. It flips him on impact. Brommer hits the inside wall, but Burrow gets the worst of it. Up the racetrack he goes. And Jonathan Beeford hits the 95. Beeford goes around. So, a scary and nasty crash for Marshall Burrow. And it could have definitely been avoided. That's about for 31st. And that's not really anything to be fighting that hard over. Your damaged race cars, you're at the back of the field. You don't want to damage it more. And they just damage their cars and risk injury. And the question is, does the race now end under yellow? We've seen this with 3 to go time and time again this season. 3 to go. Normally you have 2 caution laps, which means pits would open with 2 to go, and then you get the 1 to go back green with 1 to go. But the question is, will that happen? We've seen this season time and time again, different races, that doesn't happen. So Derek Hamill is out front in the 20 car. If he wins here today, he advances into the All-Star race and has a shot to make the chase, which otherwise he wouldn't have a shot to make because he has not raced every race this season. So we'll come back and see if we get 1 lap dash. If not, Derek Hamill's going to win in Pocono. A miracle for Derek Hamill has just been answered. He needed to win today if he didn't want to have to race through the Open to get into the All-Star race. Well, his prayer was answered. Derek Hamill is going to win at Pocono and advance into the All-Star race. A last-minute deal for Derek Hamill has just won him at Pocono And now, can he make the chase by winning the All-Star race? He has to win at Homestead to have a shot. The All-Star race is next race. Hamill has won at Pocono. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Turkey Hill 400, the Pocono Raceway. 4 caution flags for 9 laps and 11 lead changes. 8 different drivers laps here today in Pocono. The dominant car was Derek Hamill, led 11 of the 24 laps en route to victory, his first of the season. Second place for Scott Gregory, third for Dale Lightning, fourth for Jay Jefferson, William Boland in fifth. Then Luke Rennie sixth, Adam Garcia seventh, Cole Luigi in eighth. There he is. He started 41st here today. Griffin Lynn ninth, and Max Anderson rounds out the top 10, the 83. Look at the top 20 about Jeff Bright. He ran up front all day long, ends up in 11th. Great rebound after winning at Vermont. 12th for Justin Zidell, 13th Trey Rennie, Eli Bright 14th, and JJ Reed 15th. Then Steve Morgan, Riley Sampson, Casey Nackel, Riley Sprutum, and Nathan Stapleton round out the top 20. As you look down here, Anthony Nez, Diego Yepez, Zachary Fitzgerald Sr., Antonin Charles Blount. How about Jose Mills? Points that are coming in. He does lose some of his points as we have a new second place man. Then Nathan Orman 26th, Levi Jones from the pole 27th, Carter Friesen, Carson Bowers, Edwin Mendez, Isaac Nichols, Anthony Fox, Keegan Thompson, Sebastian Kukulon, TJ Henley, and Marcus Sachi, Marshall Burrow, Jonathan Beeford, Ryan Barber, Michael Gregory, Chris Shummerson, Roman Fenway, all out from crash damage or mechanical issues. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the points, 16 races in as we head now to the All-Star race. Jose Mills on top of the points. He's 70 ahead of Dale Lightning, who is now second in the point standings. Marshall Burrow falls back to third. Riley Sampson is fourth, and Jeff Bryce up inside the top 5 to fifth. His son Eli is just behind him in sixth. Seventh for Adam Garcia, eighth for Griffin Lynn, ninth for Jay Jefferson. Rounding out the top 10 is Roman Fenway in the 13. Nathan Orman currently 11th, 12th for Riley Sprotube, 13th Diego Yepez, 14th Keegan Thompson, 15th for Carson Bowers. They have Carter Friesen in 16th, 17th for Isaac Nichols, 18th Zachary Fitzgerald Sr., 19th Max Anderson, and 20th for Trey Rainey. Currently our 2 wildcard spots, Nathan Orman in 11th and 12th, and technically 12th on the chase grid would be Carson Bowers, who is 15th in the point standings. They have other winners like Isaac Nichols, who's trying to gain, along Trey Rainey, who's 20th in points. As you look down at the rest, William Boland 21st, Nathan Stapleton, Scott Gregory, Luke Rennie. There's Kukulon 25th with his victory. Look down, our next winner, all the way down last, Derek Hamill, 43rd in points, his win at Pocono. So we'll see if he can do anything in the All-Star race to try and make it into the chase by winning the All-Star race. It'll be an amazing feat if he could do it, especially since that would be a huge steal for a wildcard spot. But heading into the All-Star race, any driver who has won a race this season, they are eligible. Any past champions are eligible. Any past All-Star race winners are eligible. And they have the top 10 in points that are also eligible. So obviously, Mills with the win, Burrow with the win, all the winners. And then you have Dale Lightning, he's second in points without a win. Adam Garcia, 7th in points without a win. Roman Fenway, 10th in points without a win. They would get in. All winners, all past champions without any of those categories, and all past All-Star race winners without any of those. So we'll see how they do as we head to the All-Star race. And after the All-Star race, we go Super Speedway swing racing. So All-Star race at Homestead, we have the All-Star Open, top 2 in there, make it in. And then you have the All-Star race at Homestead as well. So I'll see you guys for those races.